Hello everyone and welcome to another Jurassic World review with me, Exim Ferris. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Primal Attack Massive Biters Albertosaurus, and I am stoked that I managed to get one of these. It popped up on Jurassic Collectibles and I nearly bought it, and then I sort of went away and thought about it, and by the time I went back it had already sold out. It disappeared off of Smith's website, so I ended up getting one from Amazon, and as of recording they're showing as temporarily out of stock, so I don't know if you can still get them. Hopefully you can, because I gotta tell you, this is a fantastic dinosaur. It really is. But before we get into the review proper, let's take a look around the box. So it's the same packaging that we've been getting recently. It's got the fencing at the back there. You've got blue and OM, and obviously the title and what dinosaur it is there. And there's a little picture over here showing what you can do with her. So that's pretty much it for the front, really. On this side, you've got the Jurassic World logo. And on this side it just says Primal Attack. All the usual stuff on the underside. And then on the back you can see there that you've got the same shot that was on the front, really. More information about the dinosaur. And down here you can see the newly coloured Sarcosuchus. As of filming this video, I haven't been able to get hold of this Sarcosuchus. I do have the one that came out last year, but I would quite like to get this colour scheme one. I think it looks really nice. If I do manage to get it, I will of course cover it. So that's about it for the packaging. I am going to have to pause the video here because this is one of those ones that's got the things in its feet, so I need to take those out. So I will be right back. Right, so here's the girl out of her packaging, and she looks great. I really like this figure. I do have the original Albertosaurus, and I will bring that in a minute, but let's have a closer look at this one before we get to that. Now, she does have some basic paintwork, I would say, but it's still nice nonetheless. You've got this orange stripe that runs about halfway down, just to her hind leg there, so it doesn't go all the way down. And the rest of the figure is basically cast in this green and the sort of yellowy beige colour for the jaw there. But it looks nice nonetheless. And as always, it does have this sort of speckly finish that Mattel are putting on their dinosaurs these days. So it's quite a nice looking dinosaur paint wise. There is no paint on the claws on the hands, but there is paint on the claws on the feet, and I will come back to the feet shortly as well when we do the comparison. So like I say, there's not a great deal of paint on this one. But the eyes are quite nicely painted, so that's good. There's a bit more of that paintwork going down that side. And like I say, nothing on the tail. You can see in the mouth there is a nice sort of... It's more of a purple. It looks darker on camera. It is lighter than it's coming off on the camera. But it is still a really nice colour. And because this one does have the biting gimmick, the jaw doesn't close. It's spring loaded. So articulation wise with this girl, like I say, she does have the gimmick. So there's a button on her tail here, and when you press that, it will close the jaw, and then it automatically springs back. So you've got that. There is some articulation in the neck, but again, this is part of the gimmick. So you can hold the tail and just rotate the tail from side to side, and that will move the head from side to side. And then Ah, no, my bad. I thought there was some up and down movement to this one, but there isn't. It's just the side to side. So it's basically that and that. That's the gimmick. I think I was thinking because the epic roaring T-Rex had a side to side motion as well, but that's what you get with the Albertosaurus. But you know, it's good enough. There is a new point of articulation on here that the original didn't have. It does have the ability to move the little arms out to the side now, where you can't do that with the original. It was just rotation, but you do also have the rotation. You do have rotation on the legs, but the legs are pinned together, so where one leg goes, the other leg goes. So I think that's just so you can sort of move her up and down. You just hold on to the legs and then you can do the, you know, she can be eating or what have you. So there's that. And both of the legs do have rotation at that knee joint. And then obviously you can move the tail. So not exactly packed with articulation. That is the problem with these, with the gimmicks. It does take away some of the articulation. But let's bring in the original and we'll have a look, see what they look like together. So let me just move this camera a wee bit. Let's just put that one there. So here's the original. Now, as far as I can tell, the sculpts are all but identical on these two figures. The only difference I can find is obviously there's the button on the tail of the new one, which is not there on the original. And then if you go the other way, go to the other side of the figure, obviously the original one is a battle damage figure, so you get this battle damage thing there, so that's not there. Also on this side of the figure, this scarring here, this has been moulded out on the new figure. But I think the biggest change is actually in the feet. They have changed the feet on this dinosaur. As you can see on the original one there, they are quite small. But on the new one, they're a lot bigger. I'm not sure why they've made this change. I don't know if it's a balance issue. I personally haven't had any problems balancing my original one. But it could be that, perhaps. I'm not sure. But those are basically the differences between the two. Everything else, as far as I can tell, is exactly the same. So there's that. I think having got them both together, I do like this new one. I still prefer this one. I think I like the colour scheme on this one better. I like the red on her head there. But that's just personal preference. What about you? Which one do you like the best? Do you like the new one or the older one? Let us know in the comments below. So, there you have that. So, yes, that's basically it for this girl. Yeah, if you weren't able to get the original one, because I know that was a difficult figure to find. I know I had trouble getting hold of it. But if you weren't able to get that and you do want an Albertosaurus for your collection and you can get hold of this one, then I would say absolutely, definitely get it. If it's a toss-up between the two, maybe see if you can get the original one, because the articulation is better on that, and there's posability in the head and the jaw, and in the tail actually, that you don't get in this, because of the gimmick. Obviously that whole thing is all sort of together. There's like a rod on the inside of it. But yeah, I mean, if you can find one and you need one, then I would definitely recommend pick this one up. You've got to have an Albertosaurus in your collection somewhere along the line, and this is the newest one, so hopefully it'll be easier to get hold of. But I think that's about it for this girl. If I do manage to get the Sarcosuchus, I will do a review of that, so keep an eye out on the channel for that. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Fingers on plastic.